Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. I'll start. I'll give my must for the Tigers first, if you don't mind. I've said it all week. If you're an everydayer, you know this. Auburn's offensive line must win in the trenches against Oklahoma's defensive line. That includes setting the tone with the rushing attack. That includes Jackson Arnold running the ball. Damari Austin, we assume, will play. Jeremiah Cobb, paving a way for these guys. It also means winning in the pass protection battle. Keep Jackson Arnold upright. The biggest knock against him is he holds onto the football a little too long. Okay, fine. Offensive line, help out your quarterback. The big part of this is consistently move the football 3 or 4 yards every play. Don't get behind the sticks. If you can create long, sustainable drives, you've got a chance to go on the road and win. Sustainable drives are great for ball control, obviously. It keeps John Mateer, the leader for the Heisman Trophy, on the sideline right now. And also, it's tough to be in person watching your defense just give up first down, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, give that up over and over and over again. It's a good way to take the crowd out of it. So offensive line, this is your battle. If they can do that, they've got a chance to win this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You control the line of scrimmage and run the ball effectively to set up whatever Auburn wants to do in the RPO game. Man, if Auburn can sustain those drives, the 6-minute, 7-minute drives, that's not mine. I agree with you. Absolutely. But I want to enhance your offensive line. I could say that with what Oklahoma's offensive line is rumored to be health-wise, just the lines of scrimmage, Auburn can really, really take advantage from a defensive line standpoint if Oklahoma's offensive line is as battered as we think. So if Auburn's offensive line plays well, controls clock, runs the ball, and Oklahoma's struggles, what a tilt that will be. Mine, Auburn has to have 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers. And they can win the turnover battle 2-1. I'm cool with that, but they have to have at least 2 turnovers. It could be interceptions, it could be fumbles.
I'm going to say if Auburn generates 2 turnovers, they win the turnover battle.
Yeah, because of the way they've been holding on to the football. They've been doing a really, really good job not throwing it to the other guys, holding on to it from a fumbling standpoint. So get 2 turnovers, and I think that's a really, really big key in beating Oklahoma.
Yeah, I won't push back on that. That's obviously going to be crucial. I think that becomes significantly more unlikely with Jay Crawford being doubtful. I think that's a big deal, Daryl.
I see a scenario where a Strader or a Pleasant or a Lee has a big interception in a territory that allows Auburn to score. And
it'd be huge.
I just think that, there's been talk about Pleasant wasn't just brought to this team to return kicks, that he will help Auburn at some point in the defensive backfield. That point might have arrived. The initial reports, too, people need to keep in mind with these initial injury reports, the key word there is initial. They change from when they're released Wednesday until they're released right before game time. The
fact that he was listed as doubtful and not questionable, I think, is a pretty big deal.
It is, but I've seen people go from doubtful to probable in 3 days before, depending on because we know exactly what it is. It's a knee-on-knee deep bruise. It's not a tear. It's not structural damage. It's not a strain or a sprain. It's a knee-on-knee deep bruise that is causing him a ton of discomfort. A lot can change in 3 days with a bruise. I'm not saying it will.
It's a pain thing. I don't think it's an ability thing.
Right.
It's a pain thing.
And if you can't cut and plant and all that as a corner, I get it. You don't need to be out there playing at 50%.
Correct.
So this is why Auburn went out and got Strader and Pleasant for moments like this.
And look, they've got young guys too. We'll see, if Donovan Starr or Blake Woodby get their names called. We know that Durkin is not afraid to play freshmen. Is that part of it? Or look, Champ Anthony was a pretty solid outside corner. I think he's looked better outside than he has inside. Do you have a few situations where you put him out there? I
just wonder, you have to be a little handsy when you play outside corner. And with that, I don't even know if he's wearing the club, if the cast
Yeah,
is
that'll be
coming off.
interesting to see. I agree.
So the hand fighting is important as an outside corner. How much can you do? It'd be fun to hand fight with a club, but yeah, how much of that can you really do?
Bringing a club to a hand fight.
Yeah, bringing a club to a hand fight.
How about that?
How about that? Like bringing a gun to a knife fight, right?
There you go. There you go. Yeah. All right. So I'm saying for Auburn to beat Oklahoma, the offensive line must win the battle against Oklahoma's defensive line. Daryl is saying for Auburn to beat Oklahoma, the Auburn Tigers must create 2 turnovers. 2 picks, a fumble and a pick. What do you think is the most likely option there?
I'm saying one of each. I see a strip sack.
That'd be crazy.
Kind of like what happened last week, and then I see a pick.
That would be so momentous.
No, I won't be weak and wuss out and count turnovers on downs. That's not going to count.
Okay.
I could, but I won't.
No, I think that's the right call. Yep. So if both of those things happen, you got to really like Auburn's chances. So we'll see.